have a letter that I need to give to Ollie. I've been doing searches in the area surrounding Noya in case those who raided my packlands returned. In a recent past, I noticed a waystone on the outskirts of nearby village near the ocean. The natives to our desert traditionally do not utilize waystones, so this was not one that the villagers themselves would have placed. The waystone was called Coral Reef. If you overhear someone mention their loss of the waystone, I do hope to be informed, or them at the very least be investigated. I broke it on instinct when I found it, so I lost my ability to watch the area to see who it belongs to. I was flying around and I was going into the ocean to look for more pottery shards because I want to decorate the packlands with pottery. And I found a waystone, and with it being named Coral Reef, it could easily not be suspicious, but it was actually really close to the packlands, so that means someone's been nearby, and someone who also has been nearby is the ones that would have raided the packlands. I don't know how long that waystone would have been there. So I want to keep my eye on it at the very least. Do need to check mail. I need to fix, I don't know what's going on with the mail system, but it's been sending me the same mail over and over again. This is going to be a funeral invite in the materials, yep. Like a new one sent every day. Making sure everything looks okay here. I wonder if I'll see Night Ollie near the castle. Let's go through. I'm gonna take kind of the long way, but I'd rather use waystones that I use frequently than ones that I don't. See if they happen to be around. I think they do happen to be around. Hello.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I was coming.
I seen you popping that way.
Oh yeah, I came because I thought maybe I might run into you. I have book.
Oh.
I was gonna mail it, but I also don't like the mail, and I've gotten the same 2 letters in my mailbox like 10 times now.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're reading it now or not, but
I am, yeah. You just found this like recently?
I don't know how long it's been there. I was flying around looking for pottery shards so I can make pretty pottery around the packlands, and I found it like it's one of the villages that is nearby, but it's on the water. So it's like by a coral reef. And so like, you know, it could just be someone going to the coral reef, but it also, if someone's been there at the coral reef, it could also easily have been someone else that was there.
Yeah. That is very fair. Might have to start swinging out there when I do my sweeps and see if I can catch anybody out there.
It's not a bad idea.
But, because there's a village to the to the north of Noya that's like connected to the same desert. There's the one to the west of Noya that you can see from Noya. And then there's one southwest, and it's actually is separated by a little bit of water. It's a desert island village, and that's where the Waystone was.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
I found it and I broke it without really thinking it through, and I kind of wish I didn't break it. Or at least I wish that I silk touched it.
It's okay. Your
Happens
instincts
to
were
the best
kicking
of
in
us.
to keep yourself safe.
Yes. We have to respect the self-preservation skills.
Yes. I was just coming to hand it in case I did see you here. But I am going to venture back to the guild.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. Be safe.
You too. Are you able to attend the meeting in the Overworld with the other realms? If so, please meet the High Lady and myself at the Waystone in 5 minutes. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I can. I'm actually in the MOC office. Oh, whoopsies. Round meeting. I just saw the high vessel. Well, if it's a meeting, I probably need a book, right? Book. Do I have food? You have, oh, fireworks.
This'll be
Hello.
like big
Hello,
meeting, I
Fiori.
guess. Hello.
Well,
Oh, have you heard about the recent traps again in the overworld?
no, I have not heard.
Apparently there was another trapping again. I heard from Lady Naomi that Charity found one in Witherspoon's library and Ophelia's apothecary.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Rixaris, have you done a sweep? Have you found any traps here?
I've found nothing. I've already swept the entire fortress.
I don't understand why they're just hitting the overworld. I guess, well, maybe I do understand. With the, message they so kindly left us all.
Yeah.
I'm quickly going to grab Chiron from their bedchambers. I'm sure they may not even be fully dressed, so I will, be right back before the meeting.
Let's hope that's
Okay.
not the case.
Thank you for the nether read. How difficult is it to collect? Because I don't want to, like, not price it right. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
hello,
Hello.
Kyron.
Hi.
I mean, the nether reed is just growing right over there. It's pretty much like sugar cane.
I know it's like that, but, like, it's being priced for, like, stacks upon stacks of blocks.
Oh, I see.
I
that's
will
some more north.
say we do have a farm for it right underneath the Adventurer Guild.
Oh.
There's plenty of it down there.
Hmm.
But also, it is still relatively expensive to collect, simply because it's right next to lava.
It
But,
also takes a lot of time to just grow.
yeah,
Need
it's
a
not
lot of
cheap.
them.
Okay. I'll think of something and price it that. For Paige.
We trust your judgment.
Hmm.
I appreciate that, but you also have to consider I haven't been here very long.
That's all right.
Hello, Helia's here. Where's Chiron?
Wait,
Um,
they were just here.
they just came your way into the fortress.
Wait, what? Kyron!
What?
Well, it's time for the
I
meeting.
see them in their.
Okay.
I'm yelling at them via missives.
Kyron was just here. That's so ridiculous. I do love when that happens, though. Have to be honest. It's funny.
glad things are going better.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yes. Did
Yeah.
you sleep in the tower or did you sleep outside of Atticus's cell?
So,
Both?
Huh?
Oh, yes. Atticus has been arrested for trespassing. He
Ah.
entered into the fortress.
All right, Chiron is here. We can make our
I
way.
see.
Sorry, I was doing some. Where are we
does
going?
he need a wolf? I have
The
one at the
Overworld.
flame grounds.
Ah,
We can talk about that later. I don't want to be late.
Oh, what's these? Ah, let me click again. Oh, I can't
Right,
see.
Rexars, could you sign us in?
Of course.
I will pay. Well, I'm not sure. Let me ask the High Vessel if this is waived.
ah.
Hmm,
We're having a lot of juice.
Fiori, go. Oh,
Sorry.
there she is.
Right there.
There was a whole
Oh,
line
no,
of books
you're
on
fine.
the Waystone, so I was checking to make sure it wasn't those other books.
Understandable. Roseshore Cove now open.
There's also market stalls now that I built. Aventura is selling corn.
Corn.
It's the
don't
village
think
that I
I've ever
kind
had.
of watch over. Yeah, they give me a lot of corn stuff. Like there's like unpopped popcorn. There's sweet corn. There's salted corn. There's corn grits. It's just a lot of corn stuff.
I don't know if the toll is waived, but I've paid it for
Thank
now.
you.
Oh, I just got confirmation we didn't need it.
Too late.
It's not like
I
you're
already
going
had
to miss that money.
okay.
Well, I am sure the High Vessel knows that we are here, so we will just wait till she's ready.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember whose duty it is. If it's Fiori's or Helia's. Oh, give me one moment. My brain is having a meltdown.
Oh,
I
I've
think
been there,
this
done that.
dual citizenship is your territory, is it not?
Yes.
Here you are.
Is it Nixie's? The one that
Yes,
I...
it is.
I see. Ah, yes, I remember handing this over to you before everything happened.
Yes, I granted her a visitation, but she seems now interested in dual citizenship.
Oh.
Hello, Lucette.
Oh, hello.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm a bit busy. How are you all
No,
doing?
it is quite fine. Please go on your way.
No worries. Have a good one.
Feel awkward just standing here. I wish there was like a waiting room.
If you don't mind, I could speak with Fiori quickly about that.
Yes, go
wolfkin
for it.
business for Atticus.
Feel free.
She's told me that she has a wolf at the Festival of the Flame grounds that we could bring over to the fortress.
Oh, okay. If that's something you're fine with, Fiori.
Yeah, I've been planning to bring him over soon anyway, since the flame festival's over. He's there to keep me company. I was gonna put him in my bedroom, but I don't think he'll mind being somewhere else for a little bit.
That's
Well,
kind of you,
if-
Fiori. Thank you.
Yes, if you'd be comfortable with him keeping Atticus company, I know that would make his stay much more comfortable.
He also has a red collar.
Oh, well, that's fitting, I guess.
I can't wait to meet him. Actually, I think I have met him. Is he the one that was at the Adventurers booth?
Yes.
Well,
He was running the
I
booth
have
whenever I
indeed
went
then.
off with Amelia.
Yes,
Oh.
he helped the High Lady and I get our tickets when we completed the maze.
He's a good worker.
He is.
Irene, why are you just staring just at Fiori?
I zoned out. I don't know, sometimes I just pick a spot and stare.
I
Nothing
see.
in particular.
Oh, what an entrance.
Sorry.
You are quite fine.
We were in our hurry boots.
Yeah. Ollie ran into doorways. I'm glad that I didn't run into doorways.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Why'd you
if
have
you
to
guys would
help
like
me?
to follow me into the ballroom where the coronation was held.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. The end is over here as well. Hello,
Beautiful.
everyone.
You guys are welcome to follow as well.
Oh, Ophelia.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Did you change your... it best that we create a group for them, potentially?
I agree.
Mm,
Oh, goodness.
The section on the door.
Understandable.
But you're
Well,
welcome to choose wherever you're comfortable.
Oh, okay, then I'll just say.
Fiori, would you like to sit next to the High Lady?
Oh boy.
well, okay. And let's.
Can we just... Are we sitting here?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You can choose wherever you're comfortable.
Cozy. You should probably
Just-
sit in the middle.
Sit right there.
Why I gotta be in the middle?
Welcome.
Because never mind.
Have you seen Arlo? Is he... Oh,
I have not. No.
okay. I invited Arlo and Lady Naomi, but it's possible that they might not make it. So it might just be us three.
All right.
Come on,
You
guys.
can
Where's the
handle
rest
that?
of the court? Jeez.
We're
Meow.
things have been very busy, so you guys can sit if you want.
I was waiting for you. We should probably make a big group.
Big one.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
was
there
someone
is
talking?
not a password.
Oh.
Okay. First and foremost, I appreciate everybody taking the time to come, even though this was very short notice, very impromptu. I'm sure that there are multiple things that each realm would like to discuss. I kind of would like to go in a rotating fashion to some degree. I am willing to start, or if somebody else would like to start, we can kind of pinwheel around. This has mostly been called to speak of the recent upset, such as books and contracts and graffiti and people that have gone missing, and just keeping all of the realms updated with each other so that we can be more helpful to each other than if we were left in the dark. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind volunteering to go first, as we don't have much to report on the nether side. Things have been quiet, except for what we are all aware of with the vandalisms and some traps and those books. But the only thing that we have of notable interest is our recent arrest on Atticus, your overworld knight. He had his trial by combat. He lost and will be jailed for 4 days. That's all that we've gathered.
And it was very amicable.
Oh,
It
he had a
was
trial by
very
combat. I
fast,
don't know what he
very-
did.
I don't want to say necessarily easy because it's not ever easy to go through situations like that, but between the nether and the overworld, everything is very peaceful in the regards of Atticus's arrest. So,
Yes.
um, Do you guys want to report on anything, Indarians?
We have a few things, but I can start.
Go ahead.
So, as I'm sure a few of you are aware, there have been dresses sent to a number of people.
Hmm.
And we have decoded a good amount of the information, especially coming from the message on the poster itself, which the name of the author being, at least what's been given, Vitus. Not entirely sure if that will be helpful, but if anyone recognizes that name in any way, please let us know. On the poster itself were the words "Follow me down," with a picture of the face of the rabbit plushie that was included in everyone's package. Now, that leads me to believe it is coming from some kind of story revolving a rabbit, so also important if anyone else has some information regarding that. Now, as far as the dresses themselves, they all have unique names that go along with the theme of a book that was left with each of them. We have Paige's dress, which was marked 8 within parentheses a 5. These numbers, I believe, are important. The first number, I believe, just being the number of the piece of clothing, and then the other number being symbolic in some other way, I believe to be a code. Mine was 9 with 1. Chris Stark had a 2 with a 5. We had Nixie's, which is a 5 with a 6. And then there is Enya with a 4 with a 2. Helia 1 3. And then Ophelia with 3 7. As far as the numerical values, since mine is 9 and we have 1, we can only assume it goes 1 to 9. So we believe we're missing 6 and 7. And as for the second number, it is possible we're missing 4, 8, and 9, if it's following the same theme. Now, there are a number of us investigating. Vincent, Chris Stark, Enya, Paige, myself, and possibly Captain Rixaris. That is all the information that we currently have. So if any of you have anything else, it would be wonderful to have more info.
I don't believe I've heard anything of this Vitus phenomenon. This is the first I'm hearing of any of it.
Well, given the other events that have been happening, it has been sort of put on the back burner, to say.
That's fair.
Leaving
I will-
clothing in people's dwellings isn't quite as serious as other things.
I agree. I will still keep an eye out. If there's any information that I find that I can offer to help, I will do so.
That would be appreciated.
Is that all for that, Ama?
For the Vitus investigation, yes, that is everything we have.
Okay. Normally the next topic that we have to bring up, usually like an advisor or Chris Ark himself would bring this up, but Vincent's having some issues with his voice. And so I'm just going to go over some stuff about Chris Stark, and we in the end are wanting to essentially coordinate him. And we know that we do need all of the advisors and the current ruling princesses in order to sign off on this. So there's a book that I do have to go ahead and read. This is basically just gonna go over everything about like his ascension or coordination possibly, and then hopefully I could have each advisor and princess sign off on this. That way he can have his title now, and then we will hopefully be doing the physical coronation combined with a Endirian ball and dinner afterwards on the 2nd of August. So I'm just going to go over this book and just read it aloud. This documentation will be signed by the following people: the High Lady, the High Vessel, and each kingdom's advisor. Christark Agneal, recently acting emperor, is to take the throne of the Empress Helen Agneal. Christark Agneal is to assume the throne as emperor of the Endirian Kingdom. Under Emperor Christark Agneal's ascension, there will be changes to the following. We will be adding new heirs to the throne of the Endirian Kingdom, a new court, and a updated chain of command. New heirs under the consideration of soon-to-be Emperor Christark, Advisor Vincent, and Lady Rowena. We've taken the liberty of continuing the Voidling tradition of having a right to the throne of the Endirian Kingdom. By that token, we've selected both Olivier Candide II and Nixie Lux to be our new heirs. They will be getting training and the resources needed to upkeep with their duties and heirs of the Endirian Kingdom. Olivier will be first in line, whereas Nixie will be second in line. The new court, disclaimer: the roles of minister, which is our master of coin, have been condensed into the advisor role. So Vincent is just the advisor of the Endirian Kingdom, but now is absorbing master of coin duties. And so the line of succession follows: Emperor Christark, Advisor Vincent, Lady Rowena, Viscount Olivier, Viscountess Nixie, Royal Sorcerer Zach, and then General Commander Amaterasu. The new chain of command / line of succession, as mentioned on the previous page, the way that the court is shown is how the line of succession for the Endirian Kingdom will be under Christark's reign. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that if Olivier, or Nixie feel as though they are ready to take on the responsibilities of Emperor / Empress, they'll supersede the line of succession and take their place on the throne. That being said, and to fully retort the line of succession will be Emperor Christark, Advisor Vincent, Lady Rowena, Viscount Olivier, Viscountess Nixie, Royal Sorcerer Zach, and General Commander Amaterasu. It is all if all is agreed upon, the official coronation ceremony will be held on August 2nd in the throne room and ballroom of the Endirian Castle. This ceremony will then be followed by a royal ball. All respective court members are expected to follow the typical dance card structure of the ball. And then for any questions or concerns that may come at a later date, feel free to ask myself, Vincent, or Christark. And then with this, we would just need everybody to sign and date a book. And if wanted, I can just pass this around if people are wanting to sign it. Here you go.
If anything, too, I can track Balefire later.
Okay. Do you want me to pass this
So
to
they're
you, Lynn?
gonna make Christark officially
Sure.
emperor. That makes it easy. I
do
don't really
have a
know what to
question,
call
though.
him.
Yes.
The Empress is missing, is she not?
The Empress is missing, but she is also very sick.
She's been sick for about, what is it, 3 or 4 weeks?
Has the oil not helped?
No,
The oil helped, but she's still really sick, and it only helped stop the burning in her hands and everything.
Do you need more?
I mean, I'm not sure, but at this current moment, I don't know. I'm not really sure where Helen is.
We have no idea where Helen is. There was a situation in which we went up to go speak to her about a specific matter, and her room was ransacked. All of her belongings were on the floor. Um, everything, it was just scattered everywhere on the ground. There was a shulker left
Oh.
with everything, like her armor, her totems, her weapons, everything. So we don't know what happened, and we don't know where she is. But within that state, we also can't ignore the fact that we can't leave the Endearing Kingdom vulnerable, meaning
Especially with all the break-ins that have happened recently.
I understand.
and she's also, last time we checked on her condition, the void marks were getting worse, and she is completely blind. So
Helia, it asked for you to date it as well.
I do have my own question. It has come to our attention that Nixie wishes to be a dual citizenship.
mhm.
Would that still be possible if she is heir to your kingdom?
I didn't even have a clue she wanted to do dual citizenship. I don't think she's come to any of us, to my knowledge, about it.
Has she not?
I
No.
certainly have not heard about it.
That surprises me.
Well, if we may have to have a further talk with her about it. We just will have to find Bellfire at a later date to finalize it. After we speak with Nixie, I don't see an issue with her having dual citizenship as an heir to the kingdom. It's just she just has to understand that her loyalties and responsibilities are to us.
I think I've only seen Nixie once in the last few weeks. I've heard she's been in another a bunch though.
Yes, she had an extended visitation permit. My concern is more so that if she becomes heir, there will be a imbalance upon citizenship between both realms.
It's up to you, Christark, and whatever you want to allow, but do you think we should talk with her and speak with her first?
I mean, we definitely need to talk with her about it because I had no clue.
That may come
Okay.
down to us having our own meeting.
We'll talk with Nixie about it and see where she lands, but the last time we talked to her, she said that she did want this position in this role, so
Very well. I will grant my signature. I just ask for communication in the future.
we will definitely.
I appreciate that. There you are.
Thank you. That was everything that we wanted to bring up on the end side.
Okay. Most of you have been made very well aware of the things that the overworld is going through, as it has happened quite publicly. It has bled into all of the realms, and if I guess most of my concern is making sure that all three of us as realms are capable of asking the questions that they might have and knowing that I am here to answer them if they are needed. But also, we have had even more activity throughout the past couple of days. We have reached to, I believe, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish traps. Not all of them being consistent typing. There's been potion traps and TNT traps. There has been the graffiti as well, as all of the release of the books and the information. So I does feel at this point that there is something specifically being called out about the overworld, which is understandable and fine in this situation. We can do with that as we need to, but I want everyone to be incredibly careful because it does feel like things are ramping up, even if that's being careful while you visit here in the overworld or being careful in preparations of your own in case these traps and instances travel. With that being said, does anybody have questions about any of the recent information floating around recently?
Do you trust
First-
those around you? I
Do
apologize.
I trust
No,
you around?
you're so fine.
Do you trust those that you surround yourself with?
I trust everybody in this room currently.
That is good enough for me.
Personally, I have no questions or thoughts or matters. Balefire and I have had a, I don't have any, do you?
I do. I have one thought.
Mhm.
I was informed right before we left for this meeting, in fact, by Elio that there were more traps placed in the overworld.
There were.
I only wanted to point out that Atticus has been in a cell.
Yes, he has been imprisoned, and that sways things as I see them at the very least, but there has not been a formal investigation done yet. I have not been able to speak with those that have come up in the reports yet.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Nothing further.
Hmm.
Okay. With that being said, I do appreciate everybody taking the time to be here and communicate between the three of us. I don't think, with everything going on currently, that we would remain as strong as we have thus far without communication. And if anything is ever to come up from any side, I would hope that we would all be open to asking and confronting it as we have done today.
There is one thing revolving
Yes.
around these traps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is just a working theory based on the information that I have. There is one target who I am very aware recently could not have done much.
Mm-hmm.
But it is of my opinion that it is a group of people
I would
that are
agree.
setting these traps and writing these horrible things. One such suspicion that we have based on where he lives and previous things he has stated in the past that he possibly could be involved. And that is, unfortunately, Atticus.
I agree.
Him
May I
living...
ask what... Oh, sorry.
I
Continue.
can absolutely explain. I understand that this could be a bit strong coming. Him living in a stronghold gave him access to hidden reserves of harming lingering potions that
Mhm.
are stashed in every stronghold. And other than doing the dragon ritual to obtain dragon's breath, there is no other possible way to obtain them. I understand that other people could absolutely get them just by going to other strongholds. However, when investigating his stronghold, we noticed a ladder at the bottom of the trap room, which is not present in any trap room, naturally. That, on top of a previous mention to someone about a possible coup in the overworld.
Mm-hmm.
It does raise some suspicion for us, at least.
I agree. To add on to, not to detract from that information,
Not at all. If you have anything.
I think we would be naive to think that they, meaning Atticus and Jura, are not working together. If that is the case, I have received multiple books from both sides implicating the other, and I have tracked Atticus's movements, at least to some degree, on it. But it also has come to my attention, even now after Jura's arrest, that she has been in our castle again, leaving books and things of that nature to try to implicate Atticus further. And in my opinion, either that speaks to extreme hate and bias, or trying to throw off the track of them being in it together to some degree.
Duly
If
noted.
if I could jump in here with one of the things that made, I don't know about anything that Jura has going on currently. I don't think any of us do. But earlier on, a very long time ago, like a couple months ago, I think it was, she did mention that Atticus did come to her, giving her a speech about rebellion in the overworld, and how he feels as if change isn't coming quickly enough for him, and how he would like to see change. And he very much gave the opinion of Future himself of wanting to start a rebellion in the overworld specifically. And he even gave her incentive to join him. And that was what was in the chest again. It was, I believe, some emeralds, some iron, gold, emerald, and diamonds, blocks of them. Iron
blocks, and then a banner.
Yes, the banner was also present. I have a book recounting all of this that has been kind of passed around to some degree. But I also have noted recently that because of some goings-ons, that she has trusted him with information that I don't think normally would be trusted with. And that brought concern for the nature of their relationship.
I personally do not know what their relationship to each other is. I have not spoken to either of them about it. It's more... It at least casts some doubt as to Jura working with him, if she would even mention it to us at all.
Right. What concerns
why
me
would
is
she
that
mention
she
it to
mentioned
you?
this to me long ago. It was one of the first things she ever said to me. She didn't know me from Adam. She piped right up and spoke her truth. And then there was an account of her struggling to give us the truth when she was arrested. And we have a very strong proof that even if she wasn't the one that broke into the castle, she did intend to continue to negate the narrative that she either was here or had people break into the castle on her behalf, as there was a note delivered into my mailbox that did not send my flag up, which means it was hand delivered. So either they have a reason for extreme hate of each other, or it is potential that she took it upon herself to work with him and has been trying to throw people off of her own scent. And that's what makes me nervous.
The way she talked about him the other day makes this whole thing more confusing than anything. Because I had
How did she
talked
talk
with
about
her.
him?
I had talked with her a few days ago because a lot of stuff's been going on and I haven't had the moment.
Right.
But she kind of talked on how, like, she felt like Atticus was not treating her the best while she was in prison, which I'm sure that situation's been handled.
Yes.
But to think that the two of them are working together is...
It's just a theory that I have working currently.
It is definitely something that I can keep in mind when moving forward. I do believe there's one other thing I should mention regarding the books that were left everywhere.
Yes.
There were 3 left in my property.
Okay.
Technically 4 if you want to count Skylar's mailbox. There was one in my mailbox, one in my dresser drawer, and then another one left in my my crafting materials chest, along with a substantial amount of valuable resources stolen in its place.
Stolen.
And yes, I am very aware of where everything in my storage is kept, and it is very noticeable for me, especially with the book being left in its exact spot.
Things have been
that-
robbed from us along with the books as well.
It seems like whoever's doing these things, and like we said earlier, there could be more than one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing more than just that and stealing from everyone.
It feels like
Mm.
it's a sleight of hand almost. They're making a big debacle out where everyone can see it, and behind the scenes, things are going missing and plans are being kind of formed. And it's confusing to me because we've even tested out these potions that a lot of these traps have been made with, and they really do very minimal damage.
What potions?
There's been lingering
Harming.
harm.
Yeah, lingering potions of harming.
But I've been hit with one and it's done nothing. There were some set off in mine and the High Lady's presence because I accidentally set them off because I'm really bad at stuff, but did minimal damage. It just seems like there's a lot of distract, like smoke and mirrors going on.
I agree. And given the fact that now it does seem like multiple people are being robbed,
Mm-hmm.
it may be at least a good idea to start, with your permission, investigating our leading cases.
Of course.
Namely, I would like to start with Atticus, just to clear that out of the way.
Okay. I would like it to be known that even with the Goblin Apprehension Act being put forward, that I am aware of my own biases, so I will take any and all information that is brought to me and act on them, but I will not act on my own findings currently, because I do have pre-established biases that could very well be false. So if anybody finds anything, please bring it to me, and I will act as much as I can, especially with Atticus or anybody else implicated at the Overworld.
That is very admirable, and I feel I should mention I do not wish to find anything.
I think, unfortunately, even though we can wish not to find anything, that I'm afraid we're probably going to find more than we bargained for.
There is always that chance, yes.
Go ahead.
She's not biased
I
against him because he's a wolfkin,
was
is she?
reminded that we do have all of the potions that were found within Atticus's stronghold accounted for.
In both traps.
Yes. However, we do know that there are potions missing from the stronghold that is used for trade with the end that are missing and not accounted for. And that's a concern also.
From my knowledge, from my knowledge and what Amba has told me, they're with her.
Okay. That
Why didn't they take all of them?
She may not have been able to find all of them. The stronghold's a very big place.
Well, I just
And-
mean all the one trap we did find, all of them except for one dispenser were missing.
Specifically in which stronghold?
Ours.
The one you guys use for trades.
Apologies.
Okay.
You said the potions in our stronghold?
Yes, they're the ones
Mhm.
that we've noticed have not had any accountability that we are aware of
Yes,
where they are
I
located.
can clear that suspicion now. I
Okay.
personally cleared them all and took them into the court's custody.
I
Okay.
have 6 of them in my pocket.
Okay. If they're in the court's possession, I really don't have any issue with you having them.
I agree. I would rather the courts have them than whoever it is that be setting these traps. That's all I was concerned with.
Of course.
Another
If-
follow-up question. Go ahead. Who was speaking?
Lenora, if I could speak.
Yes, go ahead.
Ollie and I plan to dispose of all of the potions that we have in our possession. If there's any that you want to hand over for us to dispose of with eyewitness, we can do that. We can set up a time. I have already had from the beginning logged how many total potions there are, and we will go through all of them should anyone want to be there to witness us breaking them and disposing of them, so that there's no hearsay.
I personally believe that you will dispose of them. I don't personally need any proof of that.
Thank you, Amma.
Of course.
Hi, lady.
I-
Was there something that you wanted to say before?
Yes, but I didn't wish to overtalk others. I wanted to circle back on the previous statement that you said. I know you gave more explanation for reasons as to why to suspect Atticus. However, my question was more so, how do you know that is a group of individuals? Myself and the High Vessel have suspicions that perhaps it could be 2 people, but what makes you think that it's a group of people?
Well, to be completely honest, the theory is based solely on Atticus being our prime suspect. Now, that is not to say he is guilty. However, if he is involved, the book being written does raise some confusion if he
He
is
cannot
involved.
write common.
Exactly. Which leads me to believe there is a second person working with him if that is the case. Again, I do not want to put any preconceived notion that we believe it is him for sure. It is just a number of circumstantial evidence that would like us to at least investigate further.
I see.
And do you believe Jura to be a credible source?
Given the account from her, that is why I am considering that circumstantial. I really would prefer not to use secondhand accounts of things spoken, so that is why I'm not considering that a big contributing factor. But it should be at least considered.
I understand that his actions may not be excusable. Some of them can be explainable.
Unless lying.
Perhaps.
Of course.
But I will treat it as innocent until guilty.
If I might
And-
interject, none of the arguments in that 50-page book could have been made by Atticus. I simply don't believe that he is that persuasive of a person. He is earnest.
It's
He may
still
not be
earnest.
honest, but he is sincere.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
I don't believe that he is necessarily eloquent and wordy, but I believe if he had something to say with that much fire, with that much fervor, with that much anger, we would have heard about it.
He
I
would
don't
probably
think
just
he's
say it.
one. Yeah, I don't think he's one to go through the dog and pony show, so to speak, of a 50-page book
Dog
and
and
graffiti
pony.
across all 3 realms. I think he would do something about it more himself. He did not wait for formalities to go hunting for Helia. He simply went and did it himself. He swings himself. He puts himself in the line of things. I just don't think that he would hide behind a flourish of a pen. But that's not to say that he did not light the spark of somebody else doing so.
And I agree that perhaps inciting a rebellion is not the way to go. But he was not raised to be able to understand that there are better ways. I see a scapegoat by Vessel. I see someone that was raised in a way that's not like us, and he is being punished for it.
I have been trying to hold him out of the line of fire and punishment, believe it or
I
not.
know, and I deeply appreciate you for it.
I want to let everyone take a moment to be reminded that just because there is criminal activity does not always mean that it is what we are now seeing as potential goblin activity. There are differences.
On the one time that he has openly broken the law, he wrote a confession for it.
And he willingly went through an expedited trial by combat. Because he cares for me.
Yep.
I cannot see him as anything but earnest.
I do think that everyone is capable of being sneaky. However, I think if Atticus is involved in any way, he is not alone.
I still find it hard to believe, based on the evidence, at least that I've also found, that it is a group working together. I think it's a little baseless, if I'm being frank. Perhaps there are two people working together. However, I don't wish to cause suspicions towards larger amounts of people if we can
I agree.
make it.
Once we start othering a group of people, it's difficult to come back.
United we stand and divided we fall.
I agree. I do think that if you sit and think about it long enough, you can implicate just about anybody or anything. And I think that there's been a lot of misconception about the act recently coming out, meaning that you can just point a finger and the law will act. I think we all need to be taking into consideration how much we are able to actually find evidentiary-wise and be willing to back ourselves up. Evidence needs to be lofty before we put somebody's life on the line, which is what the act means.
And we cannot afford to make mistakes. Not with how little of us remain.
I agree.
I do also agree with this.
With that being said, there are others that have been called into suspicion that I am still investigating. Should that make any traction, I will let you guys know. However, I do not want to disclose names at current in case it starts a bandwagon. Like I said, anybody can point anything at anyone and have it look bigger and scarier.
Understandable.
People can point fingers and make it look the easiest that it's someone else. With the simplest of methods. So going after one person, even if they have done something, isn't always the best.
I agree. I did want to kind of follow up on, has there been any headway on pre-established investigations? The Money Fairy, the original trap set, etc. I know we did find who the Mushroom Village belonged to, and that has been somewhat settled, but has there been any headway on anything else that has been going on?
I personally have run dry on my trail.
Okay.
Frankly, the money fairy is the least of my concerns right now.
It's fair enough.
The last time the Money Fairy visited someone was apparently Ophelia. In fact, it was a while back, though, and activity has slowed to a halt.
Correction. It happened, and then the ones at the castle and the cooking club surfaced about a week and a half later. I think it was around that.
If I
And
might be
those ones
frank
were
with you,
trapped.
I don't believe that those were the acts of the Money Fairy. I believe that was somebody taking up a mantle, trying to use somebody else's
copy that.
gained favor.
There was always a suspicion that once things started to get a bit more bold by the so-called Money Fairy, that it's possible they were replaced at that point. It was a sudden change out of nowhere, and given how much the Money Fairy was talked about, it's very possible someone liked the idea and took to it.
I agree. I think that is also the last that there were conversations had about the Money Fairy and the investigation at large, that is kind of the conclusion that we came to naturally also. I think maybe we call the ones that are trapped under a different moniker so that it does not get confused in the eyes of the public. The Money Fairy is one thing and these things are another.
I've been doing my own investigation, if you will. I've kind of classified. I kind of kept the Money Fairy thing, but it's just classified under passive and aggressive.
So the original Money Fairy acts were what you're considering passive?
Indeed.
Okay, and that would make the trapped ones more on the aggressive side.
Or the aggressive ones with the books or any kind of
I could see that.
to that.
Do you want to talk about what was left at your room?
Oh,
Your house?
Well, I think everybody here is well
Oh.
aware.
Are you safe?
I mean, I don't think it was intended for me.
How do you mean?
Sign that said last warning. And frankly, I have not been given any warnings, to my knowledge, anyway, so.
Do you have somewhere else safe to be?
Yes.
Okay.
With that being said, I believe the Overworld is going to urge an act, so to speak, of when these traps are found, we would like them to remain untouched to some degree until the court can get to them and see them, disarm them, log them. If you guys are ever to experience traps of any kind, it would be helpful to let us know.
Of course.
For sure.
Thank you. Anybody have anything that they want to say on our side?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Okay. If anybody else has anything left they'd like to say, please feel free.
I guess I would just like to thank everyone for hearing me out and I do understand that there is not exactly a lot of merit to my suspicions. It is simply a suspicion, and that's it. I really hope that you can all see that I do not have any preconceived notion that any of it is true. And if you have any concerns, please speak with me. I will take all information into account.
If we're to stop the goblins, we have to work together.
Exactly. We need to talk to each other.
Have the goblins even been doing anything?
I agree.
I agree.
Like, I guess the traps could be goblins, but they also
I
could just
am
not be the
actually
goblins.
incredibly relieved knowing that you guys are moving swiftly and making sure that Kristark has a formal coronation, as I worry that there's a vulnerability. So that was good to see. I suppose with that being said, we can adjourn. If anybody has anything they'd like to speak to the Overworld Court about, feel free to let us know.
Thank you for hosting us here.
Of course, thank you for attending.
Micor, are you ready?
Indeed.
Of course.
See you all soon.
Of course.
And pause.
You did get the other mail, right?
Yes.
To the tower. Well, my court, thank you for attending. I very much appreciate it. Please go on and do what you were doing. Don't wish to hold you up any longer. If anyone has any questions or wishes to speak to me, please come find me in my office. It's in the old throne room. But until then, I will bid you all adieu.
Okay.
Exaris, please follow me.
Fiori, when you're available later, I would like to bring that wolf over to the prison cells. If that's all right.
I'll see if I can get it from the playing grounds, and I'll bring it to my office so it's closer to the fortress. Because I was gonna go to my office anyways, because I was gonna write a book.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you there then.
I'm here.
Fiori?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Oh, and there's our friend.
Mhm.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, it's Fane.
Oh, Fane the Fetcher. Well, it's nice to meet you, Fane the Fetcher. If you'll follow me, I can walk you to the cells.
Okay. I might be a little slow because I'm carrying him, but I also don't want him to
You're
wander
fine.
into fire.
I'll walk slow. And I totally understand your sentiment. Oh, hello, Helia. We're going to be bringing Fane to Atticus's cell. Would you like to come with us?
And then I'll need you to escort me to Zareth.
Yes, the High Lady let me know. Thank you for doing this for me, Fiori. I'm sure Atticus will appreciate it as well.
Yeah, Fane likes company.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Over here in the corner. And then a left at the bottom of the stairs.
This left?
Yes. And you can sit him down next to the couch over there. Atticus is
Okay.
in cell 3.
There.
That's from me, Helly.
I see.
I'm sure that, does he like hoglin loin? Oh, he seems to. Here you are.
I think we'll eat most meat.
Oh, it won't let me. Come on. There we go. Alright. Well, thank you again, Fiori. Truly.
I'm gonna head back to my office then.
We can, walk with you. We're heading towards Zareth. What is it that Chiron needs from you, Helia?
Tina's poster.
Ah. I am looking forward to celebrating her life.
Oops, sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, I also wanted to ask about Fire Ruby. Is it okay if do I just ask for, trade to get, what I need for it?
Yeah, I can just bring some up for you.
I know
How much do you need?
I have some in the vault already, but I didn't know, or the safe already, but I didn't want to just take it because I wanted to make some for myself.
Oh, yeah, I can, in fact, we've probably got some pre-made suits that I can offer to you from the, armory. I'll missive you about it once I've finished escorting Helia.